Okay, stiff-legged deadlifts. Another great exercise for hamstrings. Straight bar, weights, that's all you need. A couple critical items on stiff legs. This is a great exercise for the glutes, the hams, and especially the lower back. Always try and canter your toes in a little bit. It'll give you a little more balance and put the strain where it needs to be. As you sit down and grip, I suggest an over-under grip. Again, this exercise you don't have to go crazy heavy on. Get your grip and deadlift it when you first pick it up. Don't do your stiff leg at the bottom. Pick it up and let it hang. Drop down, keeping the knees locked out. Just a few touch and back up. This is an on-plane exercise, but it's a good basis for our next exercise. Whenever possible, especially with jiu-jitsu or any combat sport, I try and get things off plane. But this is a good foundation builder for what we're going to move on to next, so the dumbbell, one-arm stiff-legged deadlifts. Next exercise, again, because jiu-jitsu is almost always an off-plane movement. And we'll go into further explanation about off-plane, but just a reference point. When you bench press, you're on plane. When you overhead, you're on plane, meaning that usually the joints, whatever muscle you make, when you squat, you're typically on plane. Jiu-jitsu is rarely an on-plane movement. So you're always having muscle recruitment, stabilizer muscles, all kinds of things going on with the exercise. This is a great demonstration of that. Stiff-legged deadlift, one-arm dumbbell. We'll work on the lower back, legs, hips, balance, and a myriad of muscle groups as you try and keep your balance with this. No promises that I'm not going to tip over. So first movement, you can go same leg, same arm. I don't care too much what you do with this. I want you to bend over, keeping this leg as stiff as possible, and then come back up. Stiff as possible, come back up. Stiff as possible, come back up. Now, switch the leg. Same arm now. Stiff as possible, come back up. Stiff as possible, come back up. You'll see I'm just using 25 pounds here. You're much better off using a lot less weight than overweighting it. Rep range here, 10 to 12 per side, meaning 10 to 12 here, 10 to 12 here, 10 to 12 here, see? And 10 to 12 here. Stiff-legged deadlift, on. Just to address the side angle here, they are called stiff-legged deadlifts. You're not obscenely locked out here. It's rarely a good time to totally lock out a joint whenever you're doing any resistance training. But what you want to do is be sure to at least have some degree of straight line here. So when I lift over, the first thing I do whenever I start the exercise, I always do it properly in a deadlift position so I don't put any undue strain on the back. And I lift up. Now when I lift, watch the leg. I come down, you'll see a slight bend. That's okay. Then you want to pull all the way up. So when you come down, don't do this. That's incorrect. What is correct is here. See the slight bend? And pull. All the way back. Make sure you roll the shoulders back on this pull. Down.